Hey, how's everybody doing? This is Greg again, your host here at the Double Cannon Soccer Show. I'm so excited, even more excited than I was on my first show. I'm pumped. I'm ready to go. We're almost 24 hours to week 2, the second game for the Battery. I will be there checking out the game. I can't wait. I've been so excited leading up to now the show, prepping for the show. Getting everything that I need to talk about just to, get pumped up, get you pumped up for this Battery Rhode Island game, especially after last season, and also coming off of a tough loss, week 1. I think the Battery are poised to get going, and will shortly. I do have some video here of head coach Perman talking about this week in preparation, getting ready for Rhode Island. Quick shout out to Ben from the Battery in communications. Appreciate the love, especially for not a new person to soccer and rooting for a team, but new to the Battery. Welcoming me with open arms, just being in contact with Ben, and I really appreciate that. To shout out to Ben. But again, super excited about this week's Battery. Looking to see the fellas turn around after week 1, after that tough loss at home at Patriots Point, and so it's a kind of like a double whammy. I think coming off of a tough loss, and then also, losing to Rhode Island at the end of last season as well. Just tough. So let's get right to it. Do want to talk about it. Is going to be, the game's going to be at 7:30 tomorrow. 7:30. I think it's going to be, at first it looked like it was going to be on ESPN Plus, but I think they changed it again. I think it's going to be on the CBS Sports Golazo channel, which will be good. So make sure you look for it. I believe, again, it's going to be on CBS Sports Golazo channel. So let's talk about the game. Again, Battery is 0-1 after last week. Already Rhode Island had a bye week. They've been, watching film on the Battery, probably from last season and what they saw last week. So it'll be interesting. So I did a little bit of research. So kind of head to head. And again, Rhode Island is a newer team too to the USL. So the current head to head record, as you can see right there, is basically no wins for the Battery. Rhode Island has won once, and there's been 2 draws. So look, there's really not enough history there, but it does kind of leave a bad taste in your mouth after last season. And, just looking forward to the Battery, correcting anything that they needed to from last season, and also from last week. So another insight too, going from this season and also last season, the Battery, just looking it up, have scored 7 goals in their last 5 matches. And Rhode Island is a high-scoring team. So we'll see how our defense, our middies, and the defense of the Battery hold up this game. They have scored 16 goals in the last 5 matches. And, of course, that's from last season. But, it is a stat that's out there. They have scored double the goals in 5 matches that the Battery has. I do believe, though, that the Battery can correct that and have a good defense this week. So let's get to, I got a couple of things here that I also want to show. I want to see a quick training video, just in case you haven't been keeping up. There's a quick training video that I want to show from this past week with the fellas getting ready for Rhode Island. So I'll go ahead and mute, and you can kind of check this out. Cool. So, hey, that looks like the team's ready to go. Quick snapshot of some of the practices from this week. And again, thank you again to the Battery Communications and media team. They're the ones that filmed that, and I edited a little bit, and I put some of the music and the ending of that graphic of the logo. So it looks like the fellas are ready. It looks like Coach Perman has them ready to go. You know, there are some things that you're going to listen to. There's a interview too that a couple of the people were interviewing this week after practice. Coach Perman, and he's going to talk about Rhode Island. So there's definitely been some storylines. Like I said, ending of last season. Rhode Island ended up winning 2-1. So it's a rematch this week of the 24 Eastern Conference Final. So that's going to be interesting again, and coming off of that one loss from last week. Also, that's what they call looking for that rebound. Let's see what Torres can do this week. Torres was definitely the best player on the pitch for the match last week. Let's see if he can create some more magic. If you give that man, 26, 20, anywhere between 0 to 30 yards, that left foot could be a little deadly. So let's see. And then from Saturday, I think there's a couple of Battery players that made their debut. Cal Jennings, Landry, Klein, Zamudio, Blackstock, and Martinez. So there could be some possible potential debuts on week 2 for Joey Akpanunu. Man, you're going to kill me. I know I'm going to meet you out on the pitch, but you're going to kill me for that. I'll work on that. And Vigo Ortiz. So they were unused again against Louisville. So let's see if Joey and Vigo can be in there in the match this week. So let's see. It kind of says here, like the Battery, much of the Rhode Island's squad from the conference final has carried over to this year. So a lot has not changed over on their end. Their squad is headlined by Noah Fuson, Albert Dikwa, JJ Williams, and Coque Vegas. So they have a few others, and they have a couple of new faces, Maxi Rodriguez and Danny Roverilla. So we'll see. They're going to try to continue just like everything else. They're going to try to, continue what they did at the end of last season. So we'll see. We'll see what's going on. I do see here that it did get released. Let me take a look here. Arturo Rodriguez from the Battery is going to miss this week's match. He's missed, which we know, which he's going to miss this week's match because of that 1-game suspension. He got that silly red card. Not silly on his part. I mean, look, he did what he did. Most of us do not think it was a red card. That was a tough yellow. That's what he should have gotten. I don't think he should have gotten a red card. So, but yeah, he's not going to be on the pitch. He's not going to be available this week. So that'll be interesting, man. I'm really excited. I'll be there on the pitch, on the sidelines. I'll be taking pictures and meeting fans and hopefully the team, and just talk about it and root on the Battery. My family's excited. This will be good. And then we'll have a post-game show on probably it'll be late on Saturday night. I probably won't make it on Saturday night. I'll probably make it sometime on Sunday and do and kind of go through the game and what's going on. But I want to go ahead and leave you with, before I leave, with the interview that head coach Perman did after this week's practice to the media, and also looking forward to facing Rhode Island. So I'll let Coach Perman take it away.
Didn't execute at the end, bad call results in a man down, and a mistake results in the loss. So didn't do enough to win the game. Thought we did enough to maybe get a point, but you got to give Louisville credit. And we just discussed as a team this whole week, it's all about just improving. We're a week into the season. It's all about getting better. We got a really tough Rhode Island team that will push on and try to get all 3 points.
Yeah, what's kind of the main emphasis in practice this week?
Yeah, it's that growth mindset, constantly improving, whether that's in possession, breaking down a team who's organized. If it's out of possession, being a little bit tougher to play against, the transition moments up and down, and making sure we're buttoned up on restarts against the top team there. So it's just about getting better right now and chipping away, getting as many points as possible. And then, when May and June hit, hopefully hitting a peak where we really know who we are and being in a good spot in the table. But it's just one day at a time, 1 week at a time, and focused on taking on Rhode Island.
I know you lost a couple guys, but you return a lot of top scorers, a lot of veterans. What do you think are y'all's biggest strengths this season?
Yeah, we've had good continuity. We have more depth than we've ever had. Obviously, Grinwis in goal retires, and you replace him with Zamudio and Christian, who've done great. Marcanic sold to Europe, and replace him with players like Douglas Martinez and Johnny Klein and Cal Jennings, players that can play as strikers, and then a lot of the core is back. Whether that's in the back line, whether that's in midfield, whether that's up top in the attack. So, for us right now, it's just building on that continuity, finding out who we are a little bit. Obviously, we're testing some depth this week with some guys not available, but that's part of it, and just want to take our best foot forward.
Has anything been brought up about last year with Rhode Island, or is it more just looking forward this year?
No, look, it's mainly focused on ourselves improving, getting better. Obviously, we played them in the Eastern Final, and they beat us, so it leaves a sour taste in your mouth. But that was back in November. I don't think our players need motivation to be up for this game, and Rhode Island definitely don't need any motivation to be up for this game. So it'll be a physical contest, but they're very good. They're talented. They can play and build it from the back. They can be direct. They can press. They can be organized in midfield. They kind of have a very good balance at everything, especially with their physicality and their ability to play high up the field with high-level players. So it goes back to us just being the best version of ourselves, playing the best football we can, and hopefully playing it higher up the field ourselves and pushing them back.
You talked about kind of what they do. How do you think y'all match up with them this season?
Yeah, I think between Louisville and Rhode Island, we're playing along with ourselves, 2 of the 3 are really talented groups. There's a lot of really good, talented teams in this league, a lot of teams investing in high-level players. But look, I love our group. I love the players. I love the coaching staff, the front office that we have supporting us, and obviously our supporters. So I'll take our group against anybody in this league. It's going to be a tough game for sure, but we want to be able to implement our will against them as much as possible.
Y'all open with back-to-back home games. How big do you want to get a win this time for your home supporters?
Yeah, look, you always want to win. You always want to play your best football. When we're at Patriots Point, we want to put a show on for our supporters. We want to play as well as possible and ultimately take all 3 points. We didn't do that last week, but the points are just a result of how we play, how we train in the performance. We can't really control that, but we can control how hard we work, how together we are, where we want to play the game, what we want to do and manipulate with the ball. So hopefully it's a good evening with a good performance and all 3 points, but I think our supporters will be proud of the effort no matter what we do.
This is Rhode Island's first game of the season, and you guys are coming off a loss. I know you haven't had probably much film to watch on them as is in the USL, but how does that ultimately shift your approach coming into this game?
Yeah, it's tough. There's not much out there in regard to a scout. Similar to us, they return a lot of their players, majority of everybody. They've added some good players as well. So what we don't know about them, we also know from kind of who they are and the high-level abilities they have. But also we've played a game, so they're going to know us, but we'll be used to some speed of the play. Maybe it might take them a few minutes. Maybe they're going to try to overcome that with high-level intensity. But I think once the 7:36 p.m. kicks off and the whistle blows and it's 11-11, these guys are human beings and they're footballers. They're going to go, they're going to spar, they're going to get after it. by that point, we're not coaching much either team. We're not doing a whole heck of a lot to impact the game. Hopefully we just had our guys prepared as possible against a really high-level opponent.
With Arturo unavailable, how does the team adjust tactically to fill that gap?
Yeah, it's a tough one. We've got 3 or 4 injuries that have been massive, as we saw last week, and we've got suspension. So we'll test our depth for sure. But that's what I thought did a really good job in the offseason, from ownership to the executive management to the recruitment, is making sure we got ahead of that in the front end. And the guys are ready to go. We lose a good player, like you said, and with the suspension, but we want to be able to put our stamp on the game with our energy, with our attacking movements, and hopefully push them back and keep the ball high and create chances and score as many as possible.
Yeah, so there you go. You hear it from head coach Perman. He's excited. We definitely need the 3 points. Definitely don't want to lose 6 points in 2 weeks. That's tough. But it is the beginning of the season. It's a long season. There's plenty of time to make up those points. But definitely Louisville is a tough team. They're a top 5 team. Rhode Island is possibly a top 5 team, just like the Battery is. The Battery is a top 5, top 3 team in the Eastern Division, and there's no reason why the Battery can't get through and win this game and make a point. That last week was just, it was just an off week, and we're back and running this week. So, again, thanks for tuning in to the pre-game show. We're almost about just a little bit over 24 hours away. I'll be there. If you see me, say hello. Looking forward to the game at 7:30. Let me go ahead and post this on here. I said it earlier. It is going to be on CBS Golazo. So if you can't make it out to the match, and again, they're limited tickets for Saturday. I don't know how many are left. Go ahead. I believe that the Battery's exclusive digital ticket provider is SeatGeek. So if you can, make sure to go to SeatGeek.com and get your ticket there. Also, if you cannot watch it on CBS Golazo, the match, let me hide that. The match will also air on local TV on Palmetto Sports and Entertainment Network, channel WCSC 5.3, and in WZHH TV, channel 35 in Charleston. But also make sure you check your local TV provider for the exact channel number. Again, thank you. My name is Greg here with the Double Cannon Soccer Show. It's been a long day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm ready. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. It's only 4:12 now that I'm recording this, but it's 5 o'clock somewhere. So again, thank you for tuning in, listening in to Coach Perman, also watching the training video. I think the Battery's ready. Let's go Battery tomorrow. Let's go. See you there.